Hi, this is Marek from Tryb Solo. Today I'd like to show you a game called Kinfire Delve. It's a game published by Incredible Dream Studios. Thanks for sending it for review. And Kinfire Delve is a small, as you can see, cooperative card game for 1 to 2 players. And it's set in the same universe that Kinfire Chronicles, a big campaign adventure game. There is a video about Kinfire Chronicles on my YouTube channel as well, so you can watch it if you are interested in it. The universe is the same, the heroes are also the same, but this is like a smaller game. Kinfire Chronicles was a huge campaign game where there is a world and darkness is coming, and there is only one city that has survived the darkness, and you play as seekers, like adventurers who have the special lanterns that they allow them to travel through the darkness. And the seekers had a lot of different adventures. I will not spoil you the story. In this game you play as the seekers as well, but you were hired to go into like magical wells, and in the wells are hidden some strange, magical, dangerous entities that can destroy the world as well, and you have to find these magic entities and defeat them. The idea is that there will be more boxes like this. In each of the boxes you will have different seekers, different characters, and different boss to fight with. In this edition you will fight the Vainglory. This is the main boss, and you have 2 characters well known from Kinfire Chronicles game, the big one. With more boxes like this you will be able to use heroes from one box with the boss from other box. And when you will have a second game from Kinfire Delve series, you will also be able to play with up to 4 players, because in this box you only have 2 heroes, but with a second box you will have another 2 heroes, and you will be able to play a 4-player game. Let me show you how to play Kinfire Delve, and after that I will tell you my opinion on this game. This is Kinfire Delve prepared for a solo game. The main difference when you play a cooperative 2-player game is that in a 2-player game each player will play 1 seeker. This is the area here at the bottom of the screen, and if you play solo you will play with just 1 seeker. Your seeker has got the card. This is the main ability of your character. You will also have your lantern card. This is like a special skill card that is placed face down at the start of the game. It's a really nice gold foil, and during the game you will be able to unlock this card and use its ability, use the skill here to complete different challenges in the game. And here are your 8 skill cards, or you can say action cards. This is your hand of cards that you will be able to, that you should play during the game to complete the challenges that are in this area of the game. Normally you could keep the 8 cards in your hand, but if you play solo it doesn't matter. It's more convenient to place them on the table, and you can see each of the cards and its abilities. Here is your main enemy, Vainglory, the entity that you have to defeat. And Vainglory is, you can imagine, at the bottom of the well, and you have to delve down by removing the cards from this deck, the challenge cards here. This is called well deck, and by removing the cards from this deck you can imagine as going down the well. If you complete all the cards from this deck, or remove the cards, because you don't have to complete all the challenges here, a lot of effects in this game allow you to discard cards from this deck. When this deck is empty you will be able to face the boss Vainglory, and you have to defeat Vainglory in order to win the game. There are usually, I would say always, but some effects on cards change it, but usually there are 4 challenge cards placed here. Normally you should place it that you have Vainglory in the middle and 1 card on the top, left, right and bottom, but to save space for this video I place the challenges like this. It doesn't really matter. You have always 4 challenges, and in your turn you have to choose one of the challenges and you have to try to complete it. You will try to complete the challenge by playing skill card from your hand by boosting the card that you played. Then you will roll your dice and you will compare the results of your cards and of the dice, and then you will check if you managed to complete the challenge or not. There are different types of challenges. You have obstacles, traps, puzzles, or combat cards. This is one of the cards. It looks like this. Here you have a name of the card. This is the type of the card. It matters because some of the skill cards in your hand, they give you bonuses when you try to complete a challenge of specific type. This is the difficulty of the challenge, and it basically means that you have to gather 7 progress points in order to complete this challenge. This is the award that you get if you complete it, and this is the penalty that you get. In this case, you also have to read the special text. Here it says progress may not be put on this challenge. Instead, it must be completed all at once. Because normally, when you try to complete a challenge like this, and you need 7 progress points, I will explain the points a little later. If you don't get the full amount of points, they will be stored for another round, and you can try to complete this challenge in the future round, but you usually will have to suffer the penalty. This card says that you have to complete it in one go. But basically, this is the difficulty, this is the reward, and this is the penalty. If you take another card, for example, this one, the maze, difficulty 7, reward is this symbol 2 and this arrow down means that you can delve 2 cards. And this means that you will remove 2 cards from this deck to the discard pile, so you will be getting closer to fighting with Vainglory. If you don't manage to complete this challenge, you will have to discard 2 cards from your hand. And if you want to complete a challenge like this, for example, the important thing is also the color, because you can see this is the frame is blue. On this card, the flame is red, and this is important because, as you can see, your cards, they also have different frame colors. You can have green, you can have blue, or you can have red. And if you want to complete a challenge, you have to play a card of a specific color. So, if I would like to complete the maze challenge, I can play my Odd Raven Charm, because this is a blue card. And my action cards or my skill cards, they also have a value, and this is the strength of my card. This is some additional ability, and this is the boost value, because when you play a card, action card, other players may boost your skill card that you played in your turn. If you play solo, there are no other players, and you can boost your own cards. I will show you in a second. But let's say that this is the maze, difficulty 7. I am playing this card with the strength 3. 3 is not 7, it's lower, but so I still need 4 additional strength in order to defeat this puzzle, the maze. Now I can play up to 2 cards to boost this card that I played here. And if you want to boost a card, you have to look at all your cards in your hand, and you have to look at the bottom part of your card. And this is the boost area. This +1 means that if you will use this card not as your main card but as a boost card, it will boost this card by this value. So now my Odd Raven Charm has 3 plus 1 from this additional card, it's 4. I could play another card like this to boost my card, and white color means like a wild card. You can use white color of the boost to boost any card, as well as if you play a white card, you can try to complete any challenge that you want. So if I will use these 2 cards to boost this one, my value will be 3 plus 1 plus 2. You don't look at the boost value of this card played as the main card, because this is your main skill card. So it's 3 plus 1 plus 2. So it's 6. I still need to have one more. Now, the second part of trying to complete the challenge is rolling these dice. There are 3 dice with different colors, like you have 2 green sides, 2 blue sides and 2 red sides, and you have 3 of these dice. And there is one additional die with 3 white sides, and this is like a wild card. It will add 1 progress if you roll this side, and the black one will not give you any progress. And after you have chosen to play your card, and after you have chosen to boost it, you will roll those dice. And in this case, I have rolled 2 red, 1 green, and this symbol here. So it's completely 0 progress. So I had 6, I needed 7, it's not enough. So in this case, I will put 6 progress on this card, and I will have to get the penalty shown here. So I will have to discard 2 cards from my hand. If, let's say, my roll will be different, like this, the wild card, the blue color, I will defeat this card. When I defeat this card, I will be able to delve by 2. So I will remove the 2 top cards from this deck. I will place the completed card on the side of my cards here, my player area, and I will discard all the cards that I played, the main one and the cards that I used for boosting the main skill card. So this is my discard pile here. So I'm left with only 5 cards in my hand. When you have completed a challenge, you have to replace it by taking the top card from the well deck. And again, you have 4 cards here. You don't draw new cards at the start of next turn. You only have the cards that you have here. If you want to refresh your hand, at any point during at the start of any of your turn, you can discard all the remaining cards here to the discard pile. You can draw new cards, 8 cards in a solo game, but you will also have to take 1 exhaust card. And they have different effects that will sometimes modify the game or make your challenges more difficult. So each time you want to refresh your hand of cards, hand of skill cards, you have to take 1 exhaust card, put it into play, and then you will draw 8 new cards. If you have 0 action cards in your hand, you have to refresh your hand and draw exhaust card at the start of your next turn. And this is how the game plays. You will choose challenges, you will play your skill cards, you will boost your cards. If you play with other player, then you cannot boost your own cards, but other player or players can boost your cards. Here is your lantern card. This is a very powerful card. Some rewards on the challenges allow you to reveal this card. Then after you play it, you will not discard it, but you will place it face down like this. Again, when all cards in this deck are finished and you will remove them, discard them, then if there are any remaining cards here, you will discard them as well. You will place the Vainglory card in the middle. Then you have 4 special challenges that you have to place in your final fight against the Vainglory boss. And you will try to, and you have to reveal the Vainglory, and you will have to fight it. The color of Vainglory is black, so you cannot really deal any damage to it, but you will have to complete the 4 challenges, the special challenges of the boss. If you complete a boss challenge, you will flip this card to the other side, and now, for example, Vainglory is vulnerable to blue action cards or red action cards or green actions, and this is how you will be able to defeat or try to defeat Vainglory by completing the 4 challenges and then by dealing damage, or you can call it progress, to the main boss. When you defeat Vainglory, the final boss, you will win the game. There are 3 different versions of the final boss. At the start of the game you have to randomly pick one, and you will reveal this card in the last stage of the game, so you never know which version of Vainglory you will fight. And they have different abilities, different skills, different progress required to finish, different penalties for failing the challenge. So this is cool. This is the other character. If you play solo, you can choose Asha or you can choose Core. If you play a 2-player game, each player has to choose one. And the second character has got different abilities, different lantern cards, and completely different deck of skill cards with different abilities and some small rules changes. So each character, each seeker in this game plays differently. And this is basically how you play Kinfire Delve. You have to complete challenges, you have to play your skill cards. If you are out of cards, you can redraw cards, but you have to take the exhaust card. If you manage to go through this whole well deck and discard all the cards from this deck, either by completing challenges or by getting rewards from the challenge cards, then you will be able to face Vainglory. When you defeat it, you will win the game. One thing that I forgot to tell you is that you also have life points, and you will use it, you will track the life points with this die. You have 10 life points, and no matter how many players in the game are, there is always 10, because each seekers they share the same life point value. And if you get any damage, you will lose the life points. If it goes down to 0, you will lose the game. So this is how you can lose. You will win by defeating the main enemy, the Vainglory, and you will lose the game if your life points go to 0. So you know how to play Kinfire Delve. Let me tell you about the pros and cons of this game. First pro for me, this game expands the Kinfire universe and it's like a beginning of a new series, because Kinfire Delve, this is the first box. There will be more. Each box will contain 2 heroes and 1 boss that you can fight with, and you will be able to mix heroes with different bosses. Very cool. I really like Kinfire Chronicles. It's a very unique, a great fantasy adventure game, and I'm happy that the universe of Kinfire didn't end with Kinfire Chronicles, but Incredible Dream Studios, they want to expand this universe, create more games from Kinfire, so this is cool. Second pro, it's a co-op game. The solo mode works great. There are naturally many rules changes when you play solo or 2-player game. In a 2-player game you have, of course, 2 seekers. Here you have, in the solo game you have only 1, but the basics, the gameplay is the same, so it plays solo really cool. I like the delve mechanism in this game, but you have to go through this deck of challenge cards in order to go to the boss. You can discard the well deck by completing challenges, or you can discard cards from the well deck by completing challenges and getting a reward that allows you to discard some cards from this deck. This is a really cool idea. You have 2 unique characters. Each of the characters plays different. Each character has got different ability, lantern card, and skill deck. So this is cool. It's not like each character has got the same gameplay mechanic and only different artwork, but each character plays differently. Compact box. This is cool. You can take this game, put this game in your backpack and take it with you on holidays. Kinfire Chronicles is a huge, heavy game, campaign game with a lot of components. This is a small card game, and you can even play it on a small coffee table, because the cards, the skill cards that you have for your seeker, you can hold them in your hand. So basically the only thing that you have to place on the table are the deck of cards, 4 challenges, and the Vainglory card, and that's basically it. So you can play it anywhere, so this is cool. And I think the price is great. The game costs $20. $20 for such a cool game is really great price. I have compared this game to, I've checked the Tiny Epic games. They cost $35. So this is like half of Tiny Epic game. Really cool. Even though it's a small box, the card quality is great, the box is thick and sturdy, the artwork is nice, you even have some foil on some cards, like the gold foil, and so really cool, well produced game. $20 is a like no-brainer if you can get it for this price, because I'm not sure about the distribution of this game. This game is for sure available in US on the publisher website. I think that they will have distribution in Europe as well, but I'm not 100% sure how it will work. But $20 for this game is a great price. Cons: not all challenge cards are unique. There are like duplicates and some of the cards are the same. So first, when you think about the challenges, you think, okay, I have 57 unique challenges, really cool. Each time I play the game, I will face some new challenges. But when you look at the cards, there are a lot of duplicates, so not all of them are unique. And the replayability in this game is okay. You have two characters, you have 2 seekers, you have 3 variants of the main boss, and each time you play the game, you will shuffle the well deck, and you will encounter new, or you will encounter the challenges in different order. But this is not a game that you will be able to play every night for 3 months and discover new things. But because the more you play this game, the more you will know the cards from the seekers and the challenge cards, and the game will not surprise you as much as at the beginning. But with more games from the Kinfire Delve series, you will be able to add more heroes, or you will be able to play a 4-player game, or you will be able to use heroes from Vainglory's Grotto with maybe another boss from the second box from the series. So the more games will be published from Kinfire Delve series, the replayability will be bigger. I really like this game. As I said earlier, I like this universe. Kinfire Chronicles was one of my biggest surprises of 2023. I'm very happy that they continue this games from this universe. Kinfire Delve is a great co-op game. When I first read about this game, I thought that this will be like something similar to Eon's End, where you have your character and you fight the boss. But this is something different. You not really fight with anyone, but you rather try to complete different challenges in order to go through this well deck. And this game reminds me a lot of 20 Strong, a game from Chipter Games that I have received in a similar time, because 20 Strong got here in December last year, 2023. This game came in January 2024. And in 20 Strong, you also have a deck of cards, and you have to go through this deck in order to fight the final boss. In 20 Strong, you have a pool of dice, and this is your like main resource, because you spend the dice to fight different enemies. And here you have deck of cards, action cards, skill cards that you have to play and boost in order to defeat challenges. Great gameplay. I had a lot of fun with this game. I really hope I will be able to, and I hope that I will have a chance to play the games that will follow Kinfire Delve and other games from this series. Because if you like cooperative, solo game, card games in small boxes, this is a must play, I think. Really cool game, and great beginning of 2024, because this is, I think, the first game that I got for review this year, and it already starts in a very great, with a great game. Click the like button if you like my video. You can subscribe to my channel as well. I will be very happy if you do. Please visit me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Threads as well. I have accounts in all the social media platforms. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.